get in, Rajat. One second, Rajat. One second, Mr. Sethi. Look, I don't want this to become a cacophonous debate, viewers.
Okay.
We have to separate the wheat from the chaff. We cannot go around creating exceptions anymore, Rajat Sethi, for people who constantly undermine the national interest and pass it off as opinion. Because today, that particular individual has a massive reach.
Yes.
This is no longer about people talking amongst themselves in a seminar room to 10 people. Their voice gets amplified. Their voice gets picked up by our enemies and then made viral. People listen to it. Impressionable minds view these videos. Rajat Sethi, this is a completely different level we are talking about tonight. And here, we have people who can't call these people out for what they are, insurgents. Now you imagine someone sitting in Kashmir will say, no, 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 you see, the money. No, hang on. You know, they'll say that the water, for example, why are we stopping water for Pakistanis?
There are some communists who even paraded in the streets of Calcutta, backing that.
Okay, one second. Yes, Rajat Sethi.
Sir, Mr. Jaishankar is the hero of the Pak media today. You see the statement there.
Please allow others.
He's a hero of the Pak media because Rahul Gandhi misinterpreted his statements and made him one. I'll come to that in just a few moments. No, 1 second.
He said it. He said it in his statement.
Oh, come on, sir. Please don't be so petty tonight. No, 1 second. No, I'll come back. We are having a separate debate on this. So hang on. Hold your fire, sir. Hold your fire because I know where you're going with this.
On your show, it's very difficult
I know where you're going.
Rahul.
1 second. Rajat Sethi, quick response.
Well, Rahul, I don't have a response to Mr. Srivastav's delusional worldview.
Don't give it to me.
He can live in his delusional worldview. Good luck to him. See, the problem that we are facing is a 98-2 problem. 98% of this country thinks how a rational nationalist mind should think. The problem is with this 2%. And most of these 2% have microphones with them. So they can broadcast their message at much higher, greater scale than what the 98 can do. The challenge before our country, therefore, is that how do you deal with clowns like Natasha Call? You can go out and cancel their OCI. They'll crib. They'll continue to write articles in influential dailies and try and craft a narrative against India. How should we do? And therefore, I have personally put in a thought, is a compulsory military service going to be a response to it, that all Indians, no matter what region, color, community that you come from, you need to have a compulsory 1-year military training the way Israel does. Can we do it at that scale of ours? Maybe, maybe not. Otherwise, what else can we do? It is individuals like yourself, Rahul, who are articulate, who've written such phenomenal books. You need to start writing and shaping the narrative globally and countering what the Natasha Calls of the world are trying to do. There is no other answer to these absolute anti-national elements that are growing and festering in our country. When I used to study at IIT, I can tell you, we used to go and visit JNU campuses. Back in those days also, they used to talk about our own parts of our own country in ways that Meghalaya ko azadi deni hai, Manipur ko azadi deni hai, Nagaland ko azadi deni hai. Those are the same lines that today Bangladesh chief advisor is talking about. So, you try and create these fault lines in our country only to be used by our anti-national forces around the world. They will use it, they will scavenge on it. But these idiots who do not understand the seriousness of what they are saying and writing, how do you deal with them? That is the real challenge. We need permanent solutions for this.
I agree with you, but only up till the point. I don't want to call these people idiots.
Absolutely.
They are not bumbling fools. Let me tell you, Rajat, they are playing to a particular plan. And that plan has been, look at what happened during the Kisan Andolan, viewers. Look at what happened during the Kisan Andolan. Political parties from the opposition went to these Kisan people. One of them was the Aam Aadmi Party, with pizzas and God alone knows what else. Food, blankets. They spent time there. And who is turned against the same Kisan, viewers? The Punjab government. Who runs the Punjab government? It's the AAP. This is a low-level intellectual insurgency that is being wielded against this country, viewers. And the people who are doing so flit in and out of the mainstream and into the underground. That's how it's happening. It's seamless almost. They say one thing to some audience and quite the other. And Ashutosh Mishra, I want to ask you, and I'm going to read out a sentence, and you have to tell me a very specific thing. Let me ask you this. Let me first quote this person. That is being called tourism is not that in my view. This is a cultural invasion. Now the National Conference, sir, shares power with the Congress party. It's an influential member of the India bloc. The India bloc, other parties, the UBT Shiv Sena, the NCP of Sharad Pawar, the TMC, the DMK, the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, the RJD have no problem with this statement. What would you call this group of people who think that tourists are cultural invaders, sir? What would you call them? In my book, they're hate mongers. What would you call them?
And I agree with you.
I agree with you. So then tell me, sir, why is Aga Rahula, why is the National Conference still part of the India bloc?
That's not for me to answer.
That is not for you to answer.
And in fact, if you are talking about India
should
bloc,
he be? Should he be?
A few days ago,
should he be?
Chidambaram wasn't sure whether India bloc is still sticking.
Oh, come on, sir. Let's not trivialize this debate. You know what I'm getting at. I want you to tell me, why is there silence? Now, hang on. If there was an individual within the BJP who came out and said, for example, that, you see, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, anyone that is coming from any other state is a cultural invader, what would your reaction have been, sir? Or there have been people in the BJP who have said, for example, that Islamic people are cultural invaders and they continue. They continue to be militating against our Hindu culture. What do you call them, sir? You call them bigots. Yes or no? And you say action should be taken. Here you're saying ask those other people. Where is the activism, sir? Why aren't you coming out and saying that the Congress party is wrong to be in alliance with the NC?
Didn't I say as much that they are hate mongers?
And so then tell me, sir, if they are hate mongers, does that make the Congress? Then what does that make the Congress? A party that is communal because its silence speaks louder than its words? Would you agree?
What I think you are trying to say here is this is the same national conference which was in alliance with BJP. Now, the Abdullahs were, Umar Abdullah was the minister in Vajpayee. So maybe
but anybody in NDA speaks the line and language of NDA, my dear friend. In NDA, you abrogate Article 370. In UPA, you say Pakistan Zindabad. That's the difference, Ashutosh ji.
So,
Ashutosh ji, my simple question, and Rahul, I believe if these are hate...
Let him finish. One second, let him finish. You can respond. Yeah, Ashutosh Mishra, please finish your statement.
So what I was saying was...
So what about is your response? Go ahead. First response is what about them? Okay.
No, you are skirting the more important issue.
No, I'm asking you, this is the only issue.
Mr. Bhandari. The issue here is that why are political parties getting away with their anti-national stance? That's your question. And I'm asking
no, that's not my question, sir. My question is, if there are political parties that are giving wide berth to bigotry, what does that make them, if not communal? Answer that question. Would you agree? Silence on Aga Rahula means that the Congress is communal. It plays the politics of appeasement. It has a problem with Hindus. Yes or no?
When I hear you talking about politics of appeasement, I am reminded about that BJP minister in Madhya Pradesh who was saying that Colonel Sufia Qureshi is sister of Pakistani terrorists. This talk about appeasement and vote politics is itself shows that the person who is talking about that is spreading communal bigotry. And BJP here is the main culprit because if you remember Jyotirajit Scindia way back in 2017, when in Madhya Pradesh people were BJP and Bajrang Dal
I believe that hate is a too small a word. I will call them anti-national communal bigots because the birth of communal politics in this country happened because of the Congress party. Post-independence, I was listening to my dear friend. I was listening to
one second. Ashutosh, you made a charge against the BJP.
Allow me to respond.
Okay, you made a charge against the BJP. There is a minister, and I've tweeted against this minister, Pradeep Bhandari. They are saying that